Welcome to Varsity. I'm Ryan Aber, joined by Jason Kersey. Jason, here to talk about a story you're working on the Washington plane crash. Rocky Beller and Scott Beller died in a crash in early December. Obviously, we've heard a lot about the Oklahoma State plane crash and the effects on the victims of that and their families. Haven't heard a lot about this one. What have you learned talking to the people who were affected by these men's lives and their families?
Well, these two men were, the Beller family is one of the big families there in the town of Washington. They've been there for generations. Rocky Beller's daughter, Brandi, plays girls basketball. She's a senior on the team, and Scott's daughter, Bailey, plays, she's a freshman on the team. Brandi, the senior's older brother, Brad, is the football coach there in Washington. I mean, they are just ingrained in Washington athletics. And so, it's had an enormous impact on the community.
And I understand Brandi actually thought about quitting basketball at one point, had a conversation with her father.
Yes, Brandi was a little frustrated early on. She wasn't getting to play as much as she thought, and so after a couple of games, she was thinking about quitting, and it was actually the night before her dad left on that trip. The last conversation she had with him was talking about him telling her, you shouldn't quit, you need to push forward, persevere. And she takes that now. At the time, she thought they were talking about basketball, but it was almost like he was preparing her for what was about to happen.
And how has this team rallied around these girls and their families as this team has progressed through the season?
Well, the basketball team and Coach Rocky Clark, they've been an enormous source of strength for these girls and for that family. Also, Brad Beller's wife is an assistant girls basketball coach, so that's another element. I mean, they are just so involved in every aspect. So sports really have been a good thing for these girls and for that family. And
I understand there's been a push to get some athletic facilities built there in Washington and name them after these two men.
Yes, these two men, like I said, they've been involved in Washington athletics forever, and one of the things they apparently always said was Washington is good at everything pretty much in sports, but they don't have the facilities to match that success. And so after they died, their brothers, there's three of them, decided they wanted to organize, and so they're raising money. They're going to purchase this land right next to the school and raise money and build this athletic facility, and it's going to be a community-wide effort. They want plumbers and electricians and people that can't maybe donate money to donate their labor to build this facility, and then when it's finished, they'll sign it over to the school. So it's a pretty neat deal they're trying to do down there.
All right, Jason, thank you for joining us, and thank you. Check us out every day at newsok.com/varsity for the best high school coverage anywhere.